Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Rebels Arca Series, the Bubbas Ball Tire Outlet Arca Series. It's aptly named. And tonight, we've got a special race for you here. The Gen 4 car at Dover for the final cutoff race to crown the champion here in the Arca Series this season. And it's been an incredible season. A lot of ups and downs, lots of great drivers. And we're just 2 races away, the penultimate race, from crowning a champion here in the Arca Series. And it's been great racing. We tried the Gen 4 car this time. Normally use the actual Arca Menard Series, but it's been incredible racing with this Gen 4. Fun to try it out. And tonight should be a blast and pretty little speedy car that we can put on a fast track. So let's take a look at your point standings as they stand. We're taking the 5 top drivers from tonight, and if you look right there from first on back to 9th, it's not that many points. We got 15 drivers here tonight, so anything could happen here. If you're not careful, you want to be above that cut line right now. Brandon Wallace above that cut line just by 1 point. Mickey Odds and Steve McDonald tied for 6th there. And yeah, it's going to be a close one tonight. We're going to be waiting until after the race to see how it all plays out, where everybody ends up. But it is going to be a dog fight here tonight. Let's take a look at your car analysis here. Brought to you by iRacing. 725 horsepower. Beautiful V8. Got a 4-gear H pattern rear wheel drive. 3,400 pounds. And you see the iRacing Series, the Gen 4 Cup Fix Series. Pretty cool to see that type of car. It's something that we can race. So almost an accident. It was an accident, actually, and they added a little bit too much horsepower to the Arca car. And dadgummit, if the people want something, sometimes it's good to give it to them, and that's exactly what iRacing did. So we're going to race it tonight. Going to be a lot of fun. Been fun all season long. Take a look at your track tonight, Dover Motor Speedway. It's the Monster Mile. It used to be called Dover International Speedway, I believe, but now they call it Dover Motor Speedway since SMI bought them out, or I can't remember exactly who bought them out. But regardless, Dover, Delaware opened in 1969, 59,000 people in capacity in that 1 mile. Boy, that'll trick you because this is a fast, almost like a 1.5 miler for sure. So, yeah, gonna be a lot of fun. Go ahead and jump into the grid. Got everybody already on track, getting ready to grid this thing up. And we're gonna start here with Brett Bieber. He is gonna be your Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. So congratulations to Brett Bieber taking over that spot. Teammate Andy Kirk is gonna be outside the front row. Starting in 3rd, gonna be Kieran Church with Jonathan Cofield there in the 4th position. 5th, going to be Lucas Lyons. Brandon Wallace, your cutoff driver there in 6th. Great starting position to start him off. Daniel Cunningham in 7th. Tyler Rice in 8th position. 9th, going to be Jeremiah Holt and Mickey Isaac in the 10th spot. 11th, going to be Michael Nash with Stephen McDonald there in 12th. 13th, going to be Todd Schott. Glad to have him back. And, Travis Bieber in 14th. And Jimmy Cofield going to roll off in 15th spot. All right, well, let's take a few minutes. We're going to talk to a driver here tonight. Brandon Wallace, going to get him up into the booth and see what his thoughts are on the race. Brandon, this is Eddie in the booth. Got a copy?
I got you, Eddie. How are you, brother?
Man, I'm doing good. You're sitting at 6th on the starting grid. It's a pretty good spot. You're sitting 5th in the points. You're 1 point off the cutoff to race for a championship next week. Tell me what your thoughts about this race, how you planning to attack it.
Well, we're going to do a little bit of tire saving, and hopefully this thing is chewing the tires off this thing, and hopefully it goes green. And, you know, it's we got to do 3 stops tonight. Fuel runs, 44 laps or something per tank, and the car's a handful.
All right, well, we'd love to hear that. Good luck to you tonight, Brandon.
All right, thanks, Eddie. Good. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, sorry, we had to skip through there just because I don't want to miss the start. Sometimes I don't know, Dover, it does 1 lap or 2, but hey, it's all good. Well, we're getting ready for 100 laps here. We'll take a look at your race analysis that come down the back straightaway. Gen 4 Cup car fixed setup, 100 laps, 4 total tire sets. That's 1, on the car, 3 in the pits, and that 1 fastest pair. So you're probably going to need. Dover is a track it'll get you if you're not careful, and you can end up in an outside wall. Brett Beaver, though, going to lead us down to the start finish lines. We get ready to go racing here at Dover, my favorite track probably on the service. And here we go. Green flag is out. Barney's got it, and he's waving the hell out of it. And I tell you what, Brett Beaver does not get a great jump, and Andy Kurtz going to lead them down into turn number 1 and 2. We see 3 wide back here. Brandon Wallace already falling back to 9th place. Did not get a great jump there. So your cutoff driver now in trouble as he's all the way back to the 10th spot. Don't know if he got a little spooked there on that the first part of that, but nervous by Brandon Wallace. Up front, though, Andy Kurtz with the lead. Jonathan Cofield there in second. And I would expect this to be a common theme all race long. Brett just didn't get a great jump off the gun, and you know that's something about these concrete tracks you have to pay attention to, is the restarts can be a little hairy as the tires really don't grip up as well as you think they should. So Jonathan Cofield getting a nice run here down the front straightaway. Dover's is one of my favorite tracks. You drive down to the corner here early on, they'll be using the bottom. You can kind of push up a little bit and get a run, especially on long run with the tires starting to fade. But right around the bottom, trying to keep that speed up. You see, you want to stay in the throttle, and you see they're not even going lower than 8,000 RPMs there. Watch this right here, down in the corner, 9,000, 8,500, 8,200. Never going below 8,000 RPMs. They are flying. 155 in the straightaway, 173 going into the corner, and it just just keeps that speed going. But things can go wrong in a instant if you're not careful. You get up out of that groove, you head right towards that wall. It'll break your heart. So. Cofield continues to put pressure here on Andy Kurtz. Cofield not a playoff driver. He sits outside the playoff, decided to focus on the trucks, and was able to make it in those playoffs. And so just out here having a good time in this 58 machine here tonight. No change. Let's go check back with Mickey Isaac. Trying to run down. Looks like Jeremiah Holt, Michael Nash has been on the move, so these guys have fallen back a couple spots. As you see right here, I mean, this is a lot of what you expect. Is here comes Travis Weaver down to the inside. Not quite able to clear him just yet, but right there does. This is one of those tracks you have to be in the groove. There is not a second groove. There's only one. Now, they could run side by side, and they could do a very good job at it, but you want to be single file. If you're ever side by side, you're losing a ton of time, and so that's something to be aware of as this race goes on. Is you get side by side, as we check up front, Jonathan Cofield continues to put pressure here on Andy Kurtz. But if they ever get side by side and you fight hard enough, it'll really slow you up. You have to really pick when you decide to make those moves and when you kind of hang back, just ride for a little while. See Cofield there. It's a good run, but Andy Kurtz, they're sort of, tick for tack. They're not, both of them hitting the throttle at right around the same time. Cofield gets a little bit better run, but just not enough to really do anything with it. you can't get the run off the corner. I mean, you have to time it just right. It's very much like Darlington in that respect, where you have to really try to time the exit where you're getting to that left rear quarter right as you exit the corner, so you can get about halfway down the car going into the corner. Here's Cofield, as close as he's been all race long so far. He is there and continues to put pressure on this 5 machine. Like I said, if you get to the outside, you see how the car is just sling up towards the wall. And if you got a car on the outside of it, you can't do that. So that guy on the top side can really pin you down, but the top side is a little bit slower in the middle of the corner. So it ends up sort of being equal. And if you can't make that pass, you can really cause both of you to lose a ton of time. So it's important that you make the passes and you make them quickly. And you see Cofield maybe feels like he's a little bit faster than Kurtz, but hasn't had a great opportunity to make sure he can complete that pass just yet. But it is coming. I can tell you right now, he's all over the back bumper. Let's see if he makes a move here. Can he get it done? Not quite. Got a little bit loose off the corner, but just trying to force Andy Kurtz into a mistake. That's really what you want to do. You want to try to maybe get him to get up out of the groove, maybe go down, bounce off the apron, anything to throw him off his line, or even go up and make him nervous, get into the wall a little bit. That'll definitely do it. So just as long as you don't end up in the wall with him. And you watch this battle for the lead. It's lap 16 out of 100. Andy Kurtz sits 3rd in the point standings. So, at some point you kind of think, hey, if he starts getting too aggressive with it, gets too close, starts making me feel uncomfortable, as long as you feel comfortable, hey, just run your race. But if you ever feel a little uncomfortable, not real sure, you just let him go. And Andy Kurtz still in a great spot. You don't want to get in a position where you accidentally have contact and end up losing your championship hopes. I mean, he's had such a great season. He's 22 points above 10th place, but only 4 points ahead of, actually only 2 points ahead of the cutoff line. So it's even more important that he takes care of that number 5 machine, because it could go wrong really, really quickly. Whereas Jonathan Cofield, he doesn't have anything to worry about. He's not racing points. He's out of the playoffs. He's going for those dubs. He's trophy hunting. So 2 totally different mentalities here. These guys will tell you on the broadcast, they'll say, oh, I don't care about these. I don't care about the championship. I don't care about that. I guarantee you they definitely do. Let's go back. Got a battle here. Look at this. Holy shit. Lucas Lyons, Kieran Church, side by side. Good to see Kieran back. He is dropping back, though, as Lucas going to go around him. And then your biggest mover so far right behind him is Alan Nash, who's going to go down to the inside, and Kieran Church is going to lose 2 spots in the span of a couple laps. So starting to fall back with that 22 machine, but good to have him back. I tell you what, if I don't race much in a series, they show up at Dover, I'm going to show up. So I don't blame him. Woo, look at there. There you go, Lucas Lyon into the wall. And that's something that we talked about. You get up into the wall. He's going to get a nice run, maybe look back down to the inside of Kiernan. But Lucas going to get up into that wall. Kind of got stuck to it. Couldn't get that Cofield Chevrolet off of the wall there. And doesn't look like too much damage. Probably going to be okay. It just depends. Sometimes it'll knock the toe out a little bit. The car won't drive near as good. But honestly, it doesn't visibly look any. That probably scared the doo-doo out of me, though. So that'll make me slow up a little bit. To move Michael Nash up to 4th position. You see there, he started in 11th. So he's really scooting. Gonna need a little bit of help. I mean, he's running similar lap times to what Cofield is running, who did take the lead. And I'll go back and show you that in just a few moments. But just talking about Nash here. He's about 2.8 seconds off of the lead. And keeping tabs, actually a little bit. Oh, he's a tenth faster than the leader that time by. So Alan Nash got something to say about this race before this thing is all said and done. But let's take a look at the replay here of Cofield. Cofield taking the lead here. Just a second. Gets a run right off the corner. Gets a nice run down the back straightaway. Going to look down to the inside. And really not much Andy Kurtz could do about that. He does fight back just a little bit. Like I said, come off the corner, though. Andy able to hold tight for just at least one more corner. And then right here, Andy Kurtz so high up the track. Going to try maybe a little crossover. But Cofield had it covered. Kurtz actually gets into the wall a little bit. So Cofield out front by about half a second now as Michael Nash continues to put pressure and make his way up towards the front. He's definitely making up some ground. Daniel Cunningham was caught up to his teammate Lucas Lyons, who got into the wall, now struggling a little bit. And Daniel getting right to that back bumper. Daniel, another one of those playoff drivers that needs to have a good race. You know, I wish I had live points. One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to do it and do it easy without it taking just a ridiculous amount of work. But and right now, Cunningham gets ahead of Brandon Wallace. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how all the chips fall. And I just realized that Michael Kostick is not here tonight, so that's definitely gonna maybe shake up some things. Let's see. I think he's got a win though, so I think he's probably good to go. You see Cunningham able to get around. Able to get around Lucas Lyons there, and that is a pass for 6th place. Right up in front of them, though, Michael Nash been able to complete that pass for 3rd place on Brett Bieber, and now lost a little bit of time doing that battle, but he has been consistently faster. See just how far up Jonathan Cofield is, and Nash is, even though he lost that spot, was able to kind of maintain the gap he had. So it looks like he should be able to start to reel him in just a little bit. So if this thing keeps going, I'm telling you, Allen has got the speed. He was a 10th faster that lap, so look out. Alan Nash feeling pretty quick here tonight. Back here, one of the guy that came in on the bubble, he is sitting in 8th. He fell back to 10th on the start, but been able to work his way back forward just a little bit. Still dropped a couple spots so far. But not looking good for Brandon Wallace. He's going to have to dig down deep, find a little extra. I mean, basically, if you can finish top 5 and you were already in the top 5, you're good to go. You should be fine. Just depends on how all that's going to play out, though. Put pressure here on Lucas Lyons. Should be able to get down to the inside here. He looks, but Lucas going to cover it. Tyler Rice already has come down pit road. Cunningham brings the 08 machine down pit road, so pit road starting to open up, and guys going to be coming down getting 4 tires and fuel. They're probably, based on how these things drive and the tire starts to wear, it's probably going to be real nice. Pitting early could be a little bit scary, but I think if you want to have a good finish, I think you're going to have to stay ahead of the game. You don't want to go too long. But yeah, Michael Kostick has 2 wins, so he is locked into the top 5. Just wanted to check on that for sure. But everybody else needs a win to get in or do it on points. So Kostick is good, so everybody's chasing really Brett Bieber. so we'll see how it all is going to play out. Steve McDonald now down on pit road. Lucas Lyon coming down for some much-needed tires. Maybe a little bit of take that fast repair or damage fix, either one, because he was falling like a rock there towards the end. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these. I mean, right now Jeremiah Holt, who is running, he's running in the 10th position. He's got a little bit of ways to go. He's got a lot of work to do if he's going to have to get up there and basically win this thing. You already see that right front tire kind of sticking out a little bit. So he's already played a little bit of chicken with the wall. But he's got a lot of work to do. Travis Bieber also needs some help. I mean, he's only 4 points out. Jeremiah Holt's only 7. So it's definitely not impossible. And with the way these things go, it's who knows how this thing could end up. So, I mean, it's one of the closest battles that I've ever seen. With Cossack already locked in, I mean, it is. Brett Bieber has 522 points. Jeremiah Holt has 511. So, that is, and that's second to ninth. So, you got to need a good finish. Man, Jeremiah Holt gets into the wall, goes up again. He really wants to come down pit road, get that fast repair, some tires. That 32 machine not driving like he wants it to. More people coming down pit road. Travis Bieber, Brent Bieber down on pit road, and oh my gosh. So I miss all kinds of stuff talking about some different things, but Michael Nash is sitting on pit road, and he has major damage. Driver that what the hell? Driver that I thought was going to get up there and win that race is now. I mean, he's out of it. He had to tow apparently. I'll try to go back and see if I can find what happened to him, but you see that fast repair already done. I'm not seeing any kind of incident, so I have no idea what happened to him. We'll take a look, see if we can go back on the replay and maybe figure out what happened. May take us a little bit of time to get here, but let's watch. On board with Michael Nash. Coming down pit road. Oh no, he's going to hit the barrels. Oh my gosh. And the motor blew, and he was not able to get that thing on the pit road, get that fast repair. So that is what happened to Michael Nash. Oh my God, so frustrating. Comes down, did a little bit of what happened to right there, just boom. So somebody who was planning on winning this race now currently sits on pit road, so I can't believe that. Go back out front, though. Mickey Isaac has the lead at the moment. Brandon Wallace, the tire-saving king, or the fuel-saving king at least, coming down pit road, finally making his pit stop. Finally, we'll figure out a camera at least one point to show somebody. So, Alan Nash, he was not in the playoffs, so that's not detrimental to his playoff hopes. He didn't have any playoff hopes. And so that's just one less driver these guys have to worry about. So I'm interested to see how this is going to go. Right now, Andy Kurtz will cycle around to the lead as Cofield has the freshest tires. He comes out in the 4th position. He'll definitely scoot on through Daniel Cunningham, who went in about 10 laps ago, so his tire's starting to fade pretty quickly. But you see there, I mean, these guys are fighting for the lucky dog position at the moment. First driver's a lap down. If they get a caution right here, that would be pretty rough for now Daniel Cunningham. He'll have to stay out and take a wave around with Mickey Isaac out front. Hanging on to that, getting a lap lead. Those points are going to mean a whole bunch. That one lap lead, if he can catch a caution here, he'll be sitting real pretty. So different little strategy here. And if he's able to make it to lap 50, he can make it to lap 50. I'll be interested to see if he can do a one-stop strategy. I mean, so far, nobody has elected to do that. He's running a 25.4 where, John Cofield ran a 23.2. So Pretty big difference there. You know, I'm wondering if that fall off isn't enough that makes a 2-stop strategy worth it, but you see Jonathan Cofield just went by to unlap himself, but it looks like Mickey Isaac's going to be able to make it on one stop. He's done it already. He could do it again. Lap 49. Should expect to see him come down pit road at any time. Come down pit road though, so he is still on track. Looks like he may be trying to come down pit road here. Yeah, here he is. So he made it all 50 laps. So interesting. He will lose a ton of time just because those guys have pitted a long time ago. We'll see. Mickey might have something up his sleeve. He can make it all the way again. These guys have to make another pit stop, so he'll be able to come out. Just how hard does he have to drive? Or how easy does he have to drive to make it to 50? So I just worried that the tire wear is just not too it's not too much fall off to make that work. Who knows? Danny Kurtz takes over the lead. Jonathan Cofield with about 4 lap fresher tires. He's about 5.1 seconds back from Andy. So Andy coming in as early as he did, able to really stretch that gap that he and Cofield had there on that pit stop. Cofield ran a little bit longer. You know, he'll possibly run him down, but 5 seconds is a pretty big little gap, especially if we're going to make 2 stops. By the time Cofield gets, you know, close enough, Andy Kurtz will be ready to pit again. If they do indeed need to pit one more time. But the field's starting to get a little spread out right now. Brandon Wallace, last driver on the lead lap. He's in danger of going a lap down if he doesn't get going. Of course, he's got the freshest tires on the track. Should be able to keep Andy Kurtz at bay. He's currently about 4/10 faster, so he should be fine. Yeah, I mean, that was your cutoff driver coming to the race. He really needs to be pushing forward and trying to make up some spots, because right now Andy Kurtz, Jonathan Cofield, Kieran Church, Daniel Cunningham, Andy Kurtz, Daniel Cunningham, the only drivers he's really battling there. So he's in pretty good shape. All the guys he's battling, or would be battling, are behind him. Right behind him are Steve McDonald was 1 point behind him coming into the race. Mickey Isaac was a point behind him. Travis Bieber back a few points. Jeremiah Holt, all a few points behind him. So Brandon Wallace in good shape at the moment. Even Brett Bieber. Brett Bieber is now 4 laps down. I have missed a ton of stuff. I can't keep track of all the stuff that's going on. Michael Nash out of it. Brett Bieber has lost. He didn't have to take a fast repair, but he spent about a minute on pit road. So I don't know if he fixed some damage or if he had some damage he wasn't aware of it, or I'm not real sure. Or if he had a pit road speeding violation. I do have something up here that says Brett Bieber may have crashed. We're going to take a look at that and just see if that's the case. Nope, that's not the case. I think he just had a speeding penalty. So the guy that came in second in the points, now 4 laps down. So big development there. I mean, the first driver not locked in, who was he's only 4 or 5 points ahead of the cut line, is now in big trouble. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make that up. This is going to be a really close point battle once this thing's all said and done. And Brandon Wallace is sitting pretty out of all of them as he continues to move forward. He's going to have some of the freshest tires on the track So he'd continue to be able to just keep picking these guys off. And, I mean, right now, Brandon Wallace is good because Andy Kurtz and Daniel Cunningham are the only drivers he would be battling. So, interesting battle. I kind of wish I had some live points right now. That would be great. All right, we're going to get spread out here. Makes sense after a long green flag run. No caution as of yet, which is no surprise. I mean, some of the best 14 drivers that you can ask for on track. So we're going to get spread out a little bit here. But right now, I mean, the big thing that we see on track, besides the point battle, is Cofield able to run down Andy Kurtz from about 5 seconds. Andy Kurtz, you know, his tires are going to wear out 4 laps. Always going to be about 4 laps older than Cofield, so wherever they are in the tire wear of a run, Cofield's always going to be just a little bit better. Now, they may plateau, but we've seen the fall off be pretty consistent all the way through those runs. So, right now he's about 4 to 4 tenths a lap faster than Andy Kurtz. So I think he will definitely run him down and probably get around him in the next couple laps or so. So Cofield really making up a lot of time. He was 3 tenths faster that lap as well. So he's making up a ton here. But the big thing right now is the points battle. I mean, it has been turned on its head with Brett Bieber making that mistake. I'm assuming Travis Bieber, Jeremiah Holt, both also having speeding penalties. So these guys trying to make it in the top 5 for that championship race at Charlotte. Championship hopefuls having trouble. Yeah, I'm not real sure. I mean, I know that Travis and Jeremiah show for a speeding penalty. Brett Bieber's is about 5 seconds more, so I don't know if he had some damage, just went ahead and fixed it or what. But Travis, 2 laps down. Jeremiah Holt, you see there on the left side of the screen. Jeremiah Holt, 3 laps down, and Brett Bieber 4. So at this point, their championship hopes might be gone. Brett might be the one that's closest, just depending on how everything turns out. Brandon Wallace continues to move forward up into the top 5, continues to solidify himself as a championship favorite. Gonna come off the corner, doesn't quite have tried to slide up. Couldn't really decide if Lucas is gonna keep his foot in it or not. And Brandon Wallace is gonna take over the 5th spot here with just over 30 laps to go. And then if you go up front though, here comes Cofield. Kurtz has the lead, and Jonathan Cofield wants the thing, and he is really getting close now as tires are equalizing a little bit. Cofield hasn't been as fast, but he is definitely faster by about a tenth. Ooh, and he's blinking out. Ooh, that's scary. Don't like that. Don't like that one bit. Andy going to try to do a little bit of block, gets a little bit sideways off the corner, going to drop down to the corner, and Cofield's going to get that inside track. Nothing really Andy can do. Andy would love to win this race, but at what cost? Right now he is in the Final 4. We've already seen just one sneeze, one cough at the wrong place, and you get spun out. That could be it for your championship hopes. But a great battle as Kurtz holding on to it for now. I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to it for 30 laps. That's the only problem that I see. You see Travis Bieber coming out of pit road again, comes in for his final stop going to go 4 laps down now. But both Beavers 4 laps down as Daniel Cunningham has made his second stop. Oh, my goodness. That was close as Kurt's trying to hold off a hard charging Jonathan Cofield. And they can go. You know, right now, Kurtz is just trying to hold up Jonathan Cofield because they both have to come down pit road, it looks like, because you see Kieran Church coming down. Daniel Cunningham coming down pit road. He's made his stop. He's back out on track. So they got to make another pit stop. So I think Kurtz maybe just trying to hold up Cofield as long as he can. As soon as Cofield gets the run, gets to the inside of him, passes him, I think Kurtz will come down pit road almost immediately. I think if you're Cofield, you got to be thinking, let me come on down pit road first. That way I jump over. But here we go. Cofield going to have that outside track. See Tyler Rice, lap car. They're going to be 3 wide as they go down to the corner. Kurtz would love to get that on pit road right now. Let's see if he can make it. He's going to try to battle back for the lead, though. Yeah, I think if you're Kurtz, you got to come down pit road. If you need to pit, you need to come down right now. As Cofield going to start driving away. He's about 4/10 out. Got lap cars with fresh tires all over him. There he comes, 5. Coming down pit road. Final pit stop. Going to get that, hopefully got down real close to speed in there as he comes down pit road. We'll see. That should jump him ahead of Cofield, but I would expect to see Jonathan come down pretty much right after. Let's see. It looks like he is setting up for that pit road entry. Don't hit the barrels, I'll tell you that. Oh, really slid the back end as he was coming down pit road. So I don't know if that'll hurt his pit road time, but well, Andy Kurtz should come out with the lead with that 1 extra lap there on fresher tires. But the big question right now is Mickey Isaac. And I think he is going to be committed to that one-stop strategy. And Mickey Isaac is going to be the wrench in the whole thing right now. He is playing a different strategy than just about anybody else. Now, the question is, can he make it to the end of the race saving fuel? And unfortunately, looking at the time and the score, and Andy Kurtz is 13 seconds back. Unless he could save to a certain point and then push it, I think Kurtz is going to run him down. And Cofield actually going to come out ahead of Andy Kurtz. Not quite. Kurtz going to get by him there. So Cofield going to fall back to 3rd. And going to have a ton of cars right in front of him he's going to have to work through to get back to that 5 machine. Tyler Rice 1 lap down. Going to drive down to the inside, take over that spot. Going to set him sights on Jonathan or Andy Kurtz. And honestly, with 20 laps to go, oh my goodness, Cofield gets loose off the corner. It's hard into the wall. That 58 machine has big damage on the right side. You can see that right front all tore up. That is going to be a major, major issue for that 58. We'll see if that damage, how bad it's going to hurt him. He looks like he's doing okay with it right now. That was a hard hit. Take a look at that one more time as that was, just while we were talking about him. Cofield gets around Tyler Rice. See him coming off the corner here. He's going to get just a little bit loose. Overcorrects it. Bam! Right into the wall. You can definitely see that car not driving as he would hope. And he's got Kieran Church all over his back bumper. Kieran Church got about 5 lap older tires, so Cofield should be a good bit faster. So this will be a good comparison on whether or not that damage is really going to hurt him. An update on Mickey Isaac. With 18 laps to go, Andy Kurtz now 5.4 seconds. So a couple different things to talk about here. You see Kieran Church get a little sideways there off the corner. But it looks like Andy Kurt's going to be able to run down Mickey Isaac without much issue. But Mickey was 1 point out of the playoffs. And with Brett Bieber falling back, regardless of whether or not he wins the race, I think this might be a championship 5 winning strategy for Mickey Isaac, as he currently is now 2.9 seconds ahead of Kurt. So Kurt's catching him about a second a lap. So Kurtz will definitely get by him. And you can see he's 33 lap older tires, trying to save fuel. You see he's got the clutching it down into the corner. Dover, one of those tracks that really takes a liking to being, a lot of tracks you hit that clutch, go down the corner, it does not like that. It upsets the car. But Dover, with that banking, doesn't really mind it. You go down in the corner, you're not using that much brake anyway, as, somebody's getting really loose down there on the bottom of the track. It's like Todd Schott. And here you go, battle for the lead as Andy Kurt's going to take over the top spot from Mickey Isaac. But like I said, Dover, one of those tracks you really can save fuel really well on with that clutching. It just doesn't upset the car. Now, he is definitely going to lose third and fourth. I don't think anything, unless Mickey can pick it up at some point with 13 laps to go, I don't think he's going to be able to do much. Even if he could go full bore, the tire difference is just going to be too much, 26 lap older tires. So he falls back to third as Jonathan Cofield drives on by. Cofield has a bunch of damage on the right side, but actually a tenth faster than Andy Kurtz there that last lap. So something to think about there. But I want to know where Mickey Isaac's going to fall right now. Mickey has about a 1.6 second lead over Kieran Church, and then he's got about 11 and a half seconds back to Daniel Cunningham. So I think he might be able to weather a fourth place here, and I think that would be huge for him to get into that final spot. Go back, got a battle here between Lucas Lyons, Brandon Wallace. Brandon takes over the sixth spot. Brandon has done everything he needs to do this season. It's been an incredible season for that 99, and he has put himself in a position to have a go at the championship. That is, if a caution doesn't come out, that can change everything. As Jeremiah Holt made a little bit of contact, he was slow down the back straight away. Able to get that thing wrapped back up, though. There goes Kieran Church around Mickey Isaac. So Mickey back to fourth. But if we stay green the rest of the way, I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to come away with a fourth place finish. So what a great call by Mickey to definitely a net positive. He's up 6 spots from where he started. Started in 10th. And if everything stays green, I think he's going to finish fourth. I just don't think Daniel is going to be able to catch him in time. It's going to be close. But Mickey doesn't need to really dilly-dally, because Daniel's now down to 9 seconds with 8 laps to go. He's about a second faster a lap, so Cunningham might get him. Speaking of might get him, Cofield, second back from the leader. With that damage, a hard hit on the outside wall on the backstretch, and here we go. 1 second is all that remains of that lead. Cofield had about run him down, but that damage put him behind a little bit. Now he's only got 7, coming to 6 laps to go to get this win. That time by Cofield, about a half a tenth faster. You can hear him having to nurse that car from middle to exit. But it seems like the car is still plenty fast, so I don't know. It's going to be close. I think he's going to need to pick up a lot here. Right now, he's not doing enough. He's just a little bit faster every single lap. He's going to run out of laps. But if Andy Kurtz starts to make a mistake, anything like that, that could be what Cofield needs to catch up. He's doing a great job after that contact with the wall. He's down to 9/10 of a second now. He's definitely chipping away at it, but he's just going to have to get a little bit more if he's going to get up there and win. Now that time about a tenth faster, so he did gain quite a bit that last time by. So 5 laps to go, and we got a race with lead on our hands. Daniel Cunningham's gap back to Mickey Isaacs, 7.6. So it looks like Mickey going to be able to weather that storm and come home in 4th place. But right now, this is the question. Does Cofield have enough? Can he get it done? Does he have enough left in that car, that right front? Can he hold on a little bit longer? There's some lap traffic in front of Andy Kurtz. Will that play a factor? It's now down to 7/10. Cofield going to make this interesting. Will they catch the lap traffic in time before they get the white flag and the checker flag? You can see that car pushing. He got on the throttle a little bit too early. Wasn't able to get the car to turn on the exit. Yeah, let's see if that hurt him at all. Yeah, it did. Actually, a little bit slower than Andy, but not able to get the speed down the front stretch that he needed. But it looks like he's going to come up maybe just a little bit short. Andy Kurtz comes off of turn number 4. White flag is out here in the Rebels Arca series at Dover. 7/10 of a second is the gap back to Jonathan Cofield. Can he get it done? Just one more corner. 2 more corners, I guess, for the number 5. Down in 3 and 4, no problems here. No lap traffic to worry about. Comes off the corner, and Andy Kurtz, he is going to take the checker flag, and he is going to definitely race for a championship next week at Charlotte. Andy Kurtz is your winner here tonight. Started 2nd and coming home with the win. What a great race. What a great finish by those two. They have been racing it in all kinds of series. Him and Jonathan Cofield in another great battle here tonight. Kurtz to take home the win. So congratulations to Andy Kurtz. BK Motorsports, man. They're going to do something special. Of course, Andy going to be probably carrying that torch. Brett Bieber able to come back and finish in 12th spot when he was running in 14th. So he was able to gain a couple points there. So that might be all that he needed to get in there. We'll wait for the points to update, and we'll give you that in just a moment. But, oh, man, a big hit there. As he was doing some donuts, Brandon Wallace gave him a little shot there on the front stretch. Andy Kurtz burning it down. Oh, Lord. Well, we got to get off this. This is illegal, I think. Well, all right. Well, that was a lot of fun, man. Take a look at your results if we can. No cautions. What a great race at Dover. 14 drivers. Pretty good little show there. Cofield going to come home in 2nd. Kieran Church going to come home in 3rd. Mickey Isaac in 4th. What a great run by him with that one-stop strategy. Able to come away with a top 5 finish, and I think those are going to be valuable points that he's going to be able to pick up. Daniel Cunningham going to come home in 5th place. Brandon Wallace comes home in 6th, and those are the only drivers on the lead lap. Todd Schott comes home in 7th. Lucas Lyon comes home in 8th. Tyler Rice comes home in 9th. Steve McDonald finishes in 10th spot. 11th. This is where it gets disappointing. Travis Bieber needed those points. He was outside the cut, but just by about 3 points. And just not a good night with that speeding penalty. Brett Bieber as well and Jeremiah Holt all had speed penalties. And then, maybe one of the biggest stories of the night is Alan Nash, who I thought had the car to win this race. hits the barrels coming down pit road. So pit road was all night. So all right, well, let's talk to some drivers. Let's get them on board, and we'll wait just a few moments. But yeah, I mean, we're really wanting to see what the points are going to be. I think that's kind of waiting on those things to go official here. That way we can give you all the stuff. But man, what a great season it has been. Lots of great racing, and next week in Charlotte is going to be just more of the same, honestly. So looking forward to seeing how it's all going to play out. I can't wait to see who's going to win this championship. It could be anybody. I mean, right now, Andy Kurtz looks like the guy to beat, but you know, as far as based on this race alone, but Michael Kostick has been just unstoppable. But Kostick, Andy Kurtz, both now with 3 wins, so they are definitely, I think, your 2 favorites going into it. But let's go ahead and talk to them and see what they thought about how this thing turned out. And Andy Kurtz, your winner here tonight, got him up into the booth. Andy, what's going on, brother?
Man, what's up?
Man, well, great race. I mean, Dover, I think, is one of those tracks I would say you are very, very good at. And tonight, definitely showed that. It seemed like you and Cofield had the field covered. Cofield maybe had a little bit better long run car, but made a couple mistakes, and you seem to be pretty mistake free and able to get that win. So congratulations. But talk about that race. That race early, you were able to get out front right on the start, and it seemed like that car was pretty fast. What were you dealing with out there, and how was that first part of that little stint for you?
Yeah, man. Yep. Just I don't know. Just trying to save my tires. This is a track that you know, it feel like you're flying on new tires. So much banking, and you just feel like Superman for a couple laps. But it's really easy to burn them up, and you know, just trying to manage that. I knew Cofield would be super fast, and you know, I'd be lucky to you know, hang with him. So yeah, I kind of figured that it was probably tough to pass for him, and was just trying to keep him behind me, but he got ahead of me. Then from there, I figured it was more of a pit strategy game, and you know, just trying to stay ahead of him. And pit road's real tough getting on and off here, 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. So just hoping that, you know, maybe something could happen, and just try to have a clean race. And I think even though he had a little bit of damage, he was still running me down at the end. So he was super quick, and it was it was an eventful race. I know we didn't have any cautions, but you know, definitely eventful. Trying to, at least for me, trying to keep him behind me and bring it home.
Yeah, I mean, you came out of the first pit stop with about a 6-second advantage, and of course he was able to run you down with those. He went a little bit longer, but you were able to hold him up, you know, for quite a bit of time. You didn't just let him go, and I think that might have been what, you know, some of the biggest difference in the way that ended up is you didn't roll over and just move out of the way. You kind of made him fight for it a little bit, gained you a little bit of time, I think, and then right as he got around you, came on down pit road. So you seem to have the superior pit strategy. And then, you know, you stayed mistake free. You came out of pit road, and so did he. And he got a little bit of contact with the wall, and I think that's what really kind of put the nail in the coffin for Cofield. But man, what a great race! I mean, mistake free. Looking forward to Charlotte. You got to feel pretty confident about that race. But I think Kostick will be back then, and you're gonna have a pretty heavyweight battle. Sorry, man, it's late. I'm falling apart here. But, I mean, it's going to be a heavyweight battle at Charlotte. What a better place to do that. How you feel about that track and this car? I know I think y'all may have run that in SNL. But how you feel about Charlotte?
Yeah, I like Charlotte a lot. I think it'll be really good in this car. I know I've loved it in the Arca car. So I don't know if I made the cut. I missed the last race, so I don't know if I'll be in for the championship, but I'm still planning on running the race regardless. So yeah, I think it'll be cool. I like Charlotte a lot, and it's a great car, so it'll be fun.
Oh, really? I show you. Well, I don't guess I understand the points. Maybe I had an older points setup that I was showing, so I guess that's probably it. That's
don't
it.
know. I mean, maybe you're sharing good news with me here, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. We'll get the official word maybe from Brandon. I copied the points that I was given, and it looks like maybe I'm a week
Okay.
behind, so I don't know. But either
Yeah.
way, if you don't, it's still a great way to get a win here of the last the penultimate race, and so congratulations, man. Who you got to thank?
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thanks as always. Awesome broadcast, everyone at V-Speed, and yeah, just want to thank Brandon and everyone who puts this on for us. A lot of fun, and this season's almost done already, but had another awesome season, and hoping for a good one. Next one.
All right. Well, there you have it. Andy Kurtz, your winner here tonight, takes home the checkered flag as we try to get some information about these point standings. Like I said, I think maybe the points I had are a week behind. I'm not sure. But we'll get the actual 5-man championship race in just a second. But we got to get Cofield in here and talk to him. Cofield said in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, good race. You and Kurtz kind of pulled away from the field. You two were in your own zip code, it felt like. But it seemed like you were a little bit faster on the long run. You stayed out a little bit on that first pit stop. Was that intentional? Did you want to do that? What was your thoughts going in? And did it? I mean, it kind of worked out. You were able to get back to him. But what were your thoughts about how that first pit stop worked out?
Yeah, I didn't know where everybody was going to pit at. Being 100 laps, I don't think we could make it, but like 44 on fuel. I seen Isaac stretched it to 50, but I was just kind of sitting there waiting on everybody to see if there was going to be a caution come out or something like that. And my book, it's always good to come out of the pits, have 1 or 2 lap fresher tires than the guy that was behind you. So yeah, figured I'd run him down, but had a little about killed the car off pit road. Both pit stops. I pretty much beat the shit out of the old car tonight, but had wheel damage coming to the checkered, so it drove like crap.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was impressive to watch. I mean, you really smacked the wall there on the backstretch, and you were able to really kind of dig down deep and find a little extra, though, because you were still running him down. You just came up a little bit short, obviously, with damage like that, especially right on the right front. It's going to wear the tires out a little bit more, especially as you push it. But you're able to run him down, got within about 7/10 and just kind of got stuck there. But it's still a good run, man. Come home in second. You've had, you've been sort of one of the strongest cars. I hate that you're not in the playoffs because I feel like you and Michael Kosick would just go at it here in this final race. But still, I mean, you've got 4 wins on the season, and you seem to have a pretty good feel for this car. So, man, congratulations on the second place finish. Know you wanted the win, but second place ain't too bad. Who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs?
Oh, yeah, I want to thank you for doing the broadcast from BSRN. Brandon Wallace, all he does for the league, all the league admins in here. Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Cofield Supply and Service, SM Racing Products, Sim Shop, teammates at Bandits. Congratulations to Andy Kurtz on that win.
All right. Well, there you have it. Jonathan Cofield comes home in second, and we'll get the third place finisher, Kieran Church, up into the booth. Kieran in the city, you got a copy?
I got you.
Well, man, congratulations on a great race. Good to see you again, brother. It's been a while, but you come in here, you start third, and you finish third. That's that's pretty dang good. Hadn't raced here in a while. Come in the Gen 4 car at Dover and have a great finish. Andy Kurtz, Cofield, sort of in their own zip code. What maybe else did you need to maybe be able to run with those guys, you think?
I just think just laps with the car. Didn't really have many laps. I just hopped in. I didn't just seen you guys were getting ready to run, so I hopped in. About a half hour of practice, but I think that's just the main thing is just laps on the car.
Well, you're able to get it done for the most part, and come home third and had a great race. So congratulations for that. And, man, good to see you again. And who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs?
I just got to thank everybody at Velocity Motorsports, Jet Designs for doing all my paints, and then you doing the broadcast, and everybody that sponsors and helps put on the Arca League.
All right. There you have it. Kieran Church is your third place finisher. And yeah, I do have to apologize. I'm going back and looking at it now. Unless I'm just losing my mind. The point standings were updated correctly, and I ran the points graphic, but did not get the points right. So, hey, look, I apologize for that. But, yeah, for sure, I was off base quite a lot there with the points. I was just one race behind. So, your final 5, because Andy Kurtz missed that race, was Daniel Cunningham, Brandon Wallace, Brett Bieber. With that trouble, I thought he was out of this thing, but actually is in it. He was about 7 seconds back from Cossack. Had been having a great year, got the 1 win, and he will move on and battle for a championship. So what I thought was a championship ending issue there on pit road turns out to be just fine. So I do apologize for that. Hey, make mistakes all the time. No different. Mickey Isaac, with that good finish, is going to come away with a spot in the playoffs. And Michael Kostick, who missed the race. I don't know I guess it's not a win and you're in type thing here. I know Rebels Trucks isn't, but Arca, I didn't know if they had the same issue or same idea, or the same rule. But it looks like even though Michael Kostick not here tonight, he will come away your final top 5 for the championship. So Daniel Cunningham, Brandon Wallace, Brett Bieber, and Mickey Isaac, along with Michael Kostick, will be your final 5 going into Charlotte next week and battle for a championship. That's a great bunch right there. It should be really, really exciting. So, well, all right. Well, I fumbled and goofed this one up quite a bit, so I do apologize for not having the points done correctly and just basically giving a terrible analysis all race about the points when it wasn't even close to being the same. But it happens. But we'll move on. Championship week next week. Next Friday night, we're going to end it all here. Well, not here, but at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's a Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. Andy Kurtz Hard Luck Award's going to go to Alan Nash, I think. That's a pretty tough way to go out. Hitting the barrels, one of the faster cars. Definitely maybe a race-winning car for sure. Your hard charger, no neck fastest pair of hard chargers, going to go to Mickey Isaac. So he will take home not only a spot in the final 5, but the hard charger award winner. Well, all right. Well, that's it. Thank you to Flexible Freight Solutions, Kinder Farm and Ranch. We didn't get to show too many Wreckage Rewinds, but definitely appreciate them. Chuck Pegleg for the pole award, Andy Kurtz for the hard luck award, and Brandon Wallace for putting this thing on, Eddie, with VSRN. We'll get out of here. We'll see y'all on Sunday for the Rebels Truck Series, and we're getting down towards the end of these things. It's going to be a great end of the season, I'm sure. So come on out, watch it Sunday night, and we're going to put on a good show. Then we'll be off Monday. You can check out Monday Night Racing on Podium. That's where I'll be. So if you want to see where I'm at, that's where I'll be. Go check them out. That's going to be fun. Gen 4's at Old Atlanta. Man, that's going to be a great show too. So come out and check that out. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you later. Bye.